Hey, scholars. So I appreciate your hard work on this chart, and I'm thinking we can review a little bit, all right? So let's go over what you had. So I decided to use this like text box to write my thoughts, but if drawing is better for you, that is totally cool too. No judgment. I'm just going to make my text box a little bit smaller. All right, Anne Marie. What did we notice about Anne Marie? Again, we notice she is blonde and she is tall and she is linky. Notice how I don't have to write college ready sentences here because I'm just taking notes, right? This is just for me. All right, what do we know about Ellen? We know Ellen is kind of the opposite appearance of Anne Marie, right? She is not blonde, tall, and linky. She is a brunette. She's got brown hair. She's a little bit shorter. So I'm going to put my notes here. She is short and has brown hair. She's kind of short and, like they said, stocky. Kind of like Miss Watson, I'm kind of short and stocky. All right. And then we're going to put Kirsty. We don't really know too much about how she looks, but we know she is small, which again makes me think she's like a younger sibling. All right, she's a small girl. She's much smaller than the other two. All right, awesome. So hopefully you have this down, but if not, you can take this time to put this in your chart as well. Let's think about their relationships to other characters. Advisors, do you want to call on a scholar to tell you again? What do we know about Anne Marie? Yeah, we know she is best friends with E and older sister to K. All right, what about Ellen? Right, she is best friends with A. Right, she's best friends with Anne Marie. And Kirsty is little sister to A, right? She's little sister of Anne Marie. All right, other observations, right? Like besides the way they look, what's something else that we observed about them? Maybe their personalities. Well, like I put in my notes, right? I observed that Anne Marie is active, ambitious. She's a go-getter. She gets what she wants, right? I know that Ellen, she seems a little bit more reserved. Maybe a little bit quieter than Anne Marie. She's not, as excited about like running this race and showing off. She's a little bit more chill, I would say. And we don't know too much about Kirsty's personality, but she's a little sister. She's saying things like "wait up," and so I'm thinking that she probably, wants to be like Anne Marie. Great, awesome. So I've got my chart filled out. Look how beautiful that looks, and you can even do it if you're, on campus or a virtual learner, which is really awesome. All right, so we are going to be talking about moods of a story. So if you're on campus, you're going to pick two scholars to read. And if you're on Zoom, up to you. You can pick scholars to read, or you can just kind of read to yourself or listen, okay? So advisors, go ahead and pause this video and have your scholars read. Awesome. So again, to summarize, like mood in a story is kind of the atmosphere, right? The emotional setting that is surrounding a reader. So if we're starting a story and it's, by a farm in a small village and everything seems, calm, the author is going to be setting up like a peaceful mood, right? But if a story starts and there's like a crash of lightning, there's a thunderstorm going on, it's going to start this like chaotic mood, right? Or the sense that danger is coming. So here's some ways to describe a mood of a text. You can think a mood is like hopeful, cheerful, calm, right? Those are some positive moods. Or a mood might be negative, like anxious, frightening, or tense. Okay? It just kind of depends like what is happening in the story and what emotions you are feeling as a reader. So we're gonna do an open-ended question, and I want you to think, how would you describe the mood of picture 1? And how would you describe the mood of picture 2? These are pictures we looked at in our Do Now. So you're going to tell me in your open-ended question, the mood of picture 1 is blank, the mood of picture 2 is blank. Advisors, go ahead and give your scholars about 3 minutes to do this. Pause the video, and then we'll come right back. All right, let's have a scholar share. What is the mood of picture 1? Excellent. Yeah, if we look at picture 1, right, it's pretty calm. If I saw this and I was walking my dog, I would think just a normal day. What about picture 2? What is the mood there? Call in a scholar who you think did incredible work in their open-ended question. Yeah, awesome. The mood is kind of tense, right? Or frightening. If I saw a bunch of soldiers walking down the street and they had guns, I know that I would be really scared. Okay, for our next activity, we have these 2 pages that we've already read together, right? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna reread and you're gonna highlight a part of the text that creates mood. So what you can do here is you can click this highlighter tool and you can click that yellow one. And if you're on campus, you're gonna do this on your paper, okay? But if you're on distance learning, you're gonna use this tool and annotate. So for example, if I look at my text, I'm gonna think like, what here conveys mood, right? What tells me like there's a certain mood going on in the story. So I'm looking, okay, we have to practice for the athletic meet on Friday. I know I'm going to win the girls' race this week. I was second last week, but I've been practicing every day. Come on, Ellen, Anne-Marie pleaded, eyeing to the next corner of the Copenhagen street. Please. Ellen hesitated, then nodded and shifted her own rucksack against her shoulders. Oh, all right, ready, she said. Go, shouted Anne-Marie, and the 2 girls were off racing along the residential sidewalk. Anne-Marie's silvery blonde hair flew behind her, and Ellen's dark pigtails bounced against her shoulders. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this part right here, that Anne-Marie's silvery blonde hair flew behind her, and Ellen's dark pigtails bounced against her shoulders, because that to me describes like kind of a happy mood, right? These girls are like racing home from school. They're very joyful. And so I'm gonna put a note here, insert text box, and say joyful is the mood there. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. I'm clicking this move button and I'm gonna put it next to the part of the text that I highlighted. Okay. Advisors, give your scholars about 5 minutes to go through the text and highlight where they see evidence of mood in the first 2 pages, and then write notes next to it about what mood you see. Again, distance learners, you're going to do this just like I did on Nearpod. Okay, 5 minutes and go. Okay, where did we see mood in this text? In paragraph 1, did we see mood anywhere? saw mood right here, right? I'll race you to the corner, Ellen. Again, that told me that this mood was quite calm and playful. Again, I highlighted this part as well with the girl's like hair flowing into their shoulders. And again, I had this note that this was like a joyful and calm mood. Okay. I have a feeling though it's going to change in the next page. Okay. In the next page, let's see what happens. Okay, see here, right? It's still pretty calm. The girls are laughing. Oof. Wait, I see this phrase right here. Her laughter stopped. Her heart seemed to skip a beat. Why is the laughter stopping here? Halt, the soldier ordered in a stern voice. So I'm going to put a note here. Mood changes from, remember we said joyful to frightening. Okay, if Anne-Marie's heart is stopping, we know she is quite scared. Okay, so now using what we did in our annotation activity, I'm going to have you write in the slide, what is the mood of the opening story? Now, the really cool thing about this is like what's called a collaboration board. And so you can put a word that describes the mood. You can also put an image you think describes the mood here. And everyone in your class can kind of see the different things that y'all have written. Now, remember, your teachers can see, Johnny wrote this comment, Johnny put this image. So only put things that are school appropriate and relevant to the activity. But teachers, I want to give scholars about 3 minutes to put a note or an image about the mood of the story in their collaborative board. And then you can come back and look at the board together and discuss it with your class. So teachers, pause the video, give them 3 minutes to work on slide 18. Awesome, scholars. I love seeing your different ideas on this slide. I see a couple of words like frightening, joyful. I see a couple images of people riding bikes. I see a couple images of girls running in the street. That really shows me that you understood those first 2 pages. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to now our open-ended question. And this is about mood change, right? We've already kind of talked about this change of mood when the girls stop laughing and their heart skips a beat. So if I was writing this, I would say the mood changes from blank to blank because. So think, what was the mood in the first part of the story when the girls are running their race, walking from school? What did that change to when they saw soldiers in the street? And why did that change? Advisors, give your students about 3 minutes to do this open-ended question. And when we come back, you can go over this question with them. Pause the video in 3, 2, 1. Awesome, good job, guys. You should have said something like, the mood changes from calm to frightening because the girls see the Nazi soldier in the street and become terrified. Okay, so that's an example of a correct answer. If you have something like that, you did an excellent job. Okay, let's keep rocking. So that was our last really important question that has to do with our first two pages, Number of the Stars and Mood. So I put a couple activities on here in case you have more time and you want to explore more. So this is totally up to your advisor if you have time. So what you can do here is you can enter a virtual reality, and it's going to give you a little tour of the city of Copenhagen, Denmark, where the story takes place. Now, unfortunately, this is Copenhagen today and not in the 1940s, but it should kind of give you the setting of what Copenhagen looks like. It's an older European town, and so it's going to look quite different than streets in America look. And if you have even more time, I am super excited to do vocabulary.com with y'all. So what you can do is you can go to vocabulary.com, okay, and I'll include this link in Google Classroom too. You can click sign in with Google and click play, and you can explore some vocabulary activities. You've got a lot of cool quizzes you can take to expand your vocab and practice to become a better reader. I hope you all really enjoyed Number of the Stars, and I'm so excited to pick that up with you all tomorrow. And let me know what you think about Nearpod. We're all just kind of trying new things this quarter, and so let me know what's working, what I can do better to make this more interactive. I would love to hear y'all's feedback. All right, Miss Watson out. Have a wonderful day.